Hey everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn here at IHIF NYU here in fabulous New York City, my hometown. I want to thank our friends over at Actable. Actable gives you the power to profit, but more important, I got Mark Laport here with Concord. Got a big shot for once in my life. This is pretty awesome. Mark, how are you doing, man?
I'm well, but I am no big shot.
Well, I will say, back when I was a little young journalist, you gave me a lot of attention back in the day, and I really appreciated it. So
It goes back a while.
yeah, or back to the 90s, believe it or not. So I've been like going crazy, like what's going to happen with new construction? What's going to happen with new construction? You're all in on the brand new Studio Res brand. Got the first one opening in a couple of weeks.
We do.
Yeah.
And it's not without challenges because of the environment, the climate.
Yeah.
Stuff costs more, labor costs more, debt costs more.
Yep.
But what has had us overcome all of that is that this new brand is so exciting and can still be built at a price point, especially with its labor light model, that we can overcome those financials to make sense of it. And not only build this first one, but our plans are to build many.
Yeah.
And we have several under construction.
Which is pretty amazing. So for you who don't know, Studio Res, an extended stay property. All the major brands have rolled these out. And Mark here is, I guess, a debut partner with them. I don't know how you would call that specifically, but you're going in. You were telling me before we went on here, you're going to do a couple of dozen of these things. So you say it pencils out, but when prices are going up and there's a sense of uncertainty, how can you be confident that when you get towards the back end of that, it's still going to work out? What's your mental philosophy there and how to get it all done?
We're seeing a few lights at the end of the tunnel, if I may. Construction costs, although have gone up wildly in the last 5 years, they are now leveling off. We're actually buying some subcontractor labor for less today than we were a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's primarily because construction is slowing across the United States and people need jobs and they get a little more competitive.
Yeah.
The price of real estate, the dirt itself has stabilized. Debt has stabilized, although it's still hard to understand what's going on.
I would also suggest with your track record, you probably have access to capital that others new to the business probably couldn't get done.
That may be true because I remember when we first conversed in the 90s, I was one of those that scrambled hard just to get one deal to work.
No doubt.
But for sure, there is an advantage by having done it for many years.
Yeah, for sure. So, I think all this is really, really fascinating. And I think, I talk a little bit about, is it going to get too expensive to build? But I think the thing with the universe is everything is going to be more expensive next year than it is this year or the year before. So why do people wait and keep money on the sidelines and all of that stuff instead of acting now? Because then they can have a brand new property that probably costs less to build 2 years before than if they go forward. So how do you make sense of all of that kind of stuff?
I think many that are investors in our space say, why would you build anything new when we believe we're going to be able to buy things for less, existing hotels, because of the challenges. There are some owners that are probably going to exit the business because they haven't really seen the returns that they had hoped to.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, a lot of smart money, I'll call it, is waiting for the day that they can take advantage. And they're saying, why build something new, take that risk when I'm going to be able to find something at a discount, if not this year or soon. Conversely, those that understand development as we do still see the upside in doing that.
Yeah.
And often, as I've seen through a few other down cycles, by having delivered fresh product as the industry rebounds, you're in a really good place.
Yeah, for sure. And I would add, I'm going to guess, I don't know where these properties are all going to go, but my hunch is you're putting them in markets that are growing, like the Southwest, for example, right?
Florida, North Carolina, Texas, Phoenix, Vegas.
Yeah.
It's for sure.
Yeah, so all of that makes sense. So when you're looking at markets that are expanding, it's kind of like you're kind of sidestepping all the general economic rules. Because I went to an extended stay hotel last year that was opening outside Salt Lake, and you could see the city just moving past where that property was going to be.
And Salt Lake is one of our targets.
Yeah.
We have a site that's under development in Salt Lake as we speak.
Yeah, well, there you go. That makes sense. Anything else you want these guys to know?
No, just happy to talk to you and
Yeah.
happy that after all these years, we're still doing what we do.
That's pretty awesome. Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. I really appreciate you watching all of this good stuff. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
So long.